When we began this ministry at Holy Trinity, we talked at length with the councils about it. We had a major parish gathering trying to identify how we wanted to expand our outreach. And at the time, issues with refugees and immigration was in the news every night. And one of the things that came out of that is we thought maybe there's something we can do with that. And with the house that we had available, we thought perhaps we could be a part of the welcoming at least and help our parish to see that these individuals who are in this position are human beings. And that was a huge opening for all of us. Cecilia, I'm sure you remember that first family that we had here that we're still connected with. But I went over the morning after they arrived. It was a typical late night arrival. And I can admit I was scared too, partly because of the language barrier, which really does feel awkward at first with people who cannot speak our language. But I went over to the house and I knocked on the door, and the kids, 6 kids in that first family, and when the door opened, they just shot out of the door like they were spring-loaded, huge smiles on their face, so full of joy, so eager. They grabbed my hand and hauled me into the house. And I still remember that so well, how heartwarming that was when I expected to see a family that had just been beaten down by the travel alone, let alone being forced out of their own homeland, their experience in the refugee camp, and then coming to this brand new land, not knowing anyone. Their exuberance really touched my heart right from the get-go.
I remember being pretty nervous at first, specifically because of the language barrier, and also just because I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know what their experience would be like. And I found the easiest thing for me, my comfort zone, was with the kids. Doing things with the kids. It's so easy to play a game or sing a song. You make a relationship with the kids, and then the parents are drawn in. And I just kept saying to myself, no matter how uncomfortable this makes me feel, I'm sure they are way more uncomfortable. So I'm the one who's an American. I'm here. This is my home place. I can go work through my discomfort and help them become more comfortable.
And Cecilia, you do that so well. It's so natural. I admire the way you do that.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you. I think one of the biggest things for me, I was drawn to this ministry right off the bat because it just fits who I am. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And everything that we do with our refugees is how to live, be a mom, be a family in this culture. And I just think over and over to myself, what if I was dropped into their country and I didn't know anybody, I didn't know how things function, I didn't know anything about it. What would I need? And that's my constant question. What would I need if I was in a foreign country? And the answer that I always come back to is I would need a friend. I would need a friend who would show me what to do and how to do it and explain things to me and hold my hand and smile and laugh when the Google Translate gives you a totally silly translation. And so that's my model is to be a friend, because that's what I would need.
Very well said. The piece that seems to be needing the clarification more than anything else, and I even hear newscasters being confused about the difference between an immigrant and a refugee. That these people are forced to leave their homeland out of the danger for their family and their very lives. It's not that they're choosing to come to the United States, it's that they're forced out of their homeland. And if we as a faith community can't respond to a need like that and get beyond the political ramifications of that and do our little piece with it, it just seems like such a big thing for us to be able to do as a faith community.
I was just thinking, as I'm trying to teach my children what it means to be a Christian, what are we really called to do? What we're really called to do is to love other people like we would love ourselves. You love our neighbor as ourselves. Well, these people really are literally our neighbors now. And to love them is to just do the work of God.